Hello and welcome to the Healing Codes podcast. I'm Julie Williams, your host, bringing you another episode to inspire, heal, and be a positive presence in the world. Today, we move from the power of positivity to embodying divine wisdom that shows us directly how life's challenges are not punishments, but teachings designed by the intelligence of life itself. We'll explore how nothing is random in the soul's curriculum, how life quietly trains us for love through facing our fears, and how to move from survival consciousness into something self-empowering on all levels of being. Along the way, I'll invite you to reflect on your own challenges, share practical ways to work with them in everyday life, and offer a gentle bridge into how lived experience becomes wisdom meant to be shared. I'll end the episode with a guided exercise to anchor in this wisdom of life. This episode is sponsored by the collaborative book project Om La La, The Power of Positivity Guidebook. There are a few more places for contributing authors, so if you have a story to tell and have always wanted to become a published author, get in touch for your free discovery call. You can find all my contact details on www.consciousness-medicine.com. In the Power of Positivity series, I covered 4 main principles: presence, perception, possibility, and practice. You can catch up on those episodes, number 98 through 102, on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, and on my website where you can also read the companion blog post. So once we have the tools of how to change our mindset and give it time to habituate over time, there we are faced with navigating the challenges head on while keeping full perspective, which, when emotions are heightened, this proves to be easier said than done. If you've ever found yourself saying, "I know this is happening for a good reason, but just can't see why," you're not failing at the work. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Because remember, it's hard, if not impossible, to see the lesson while we are learning it. It's how we're wired as humans. We need some time and distance from it to get true perspective. So be patient with yourself and know that this challenge is a necessary step on your evolutionary path. So rather than trying to figure out why the challenge is happening, try instead to focus on the invitation for growth this challenge is bringing you. Trust that the reasons you seek will be revealed in due course when it's time. For example, it's the difference between falling off the proverbial horse and finding the strength, humility, and resilience to get back up again, rather than hyper-focusing on the reasons for falling, how much it hurt, and all the reasons why you should just give up. This reframe is not only applying the second power of positivity principle called perspective, it goes beyond it to a higher level of understanding. Life is testing you to teach you. Divine tough love. Take a moment to let that land, not as a concept to agree with, but as something to feel into. If life were a teacher rather than a judge, what would that change about how you meet your current challenges? You don't need to dramatize your difficulties for them to matter, and you don't need to minimize them to be spiritual. Wisdom lives in the honest middle ground, where challenge is acknowledged without becoming identity. In lived reality, divine wisdom doesn't wait at the end of the path, where we consider ourselves to be done with the work. It emerges through the path, especially through the moments we would never consciously choose. I've built my practice with consciousness medicine and family constellations on these principles, that in my 20 years of clinical experience, I believe that nothing is random in the soul's curriculum. What arrives in our lives is not accidental, even when it's painful. There is an intelligence at work that operates far beyond the mind's preferences. This doesn't mean pain is meaningful by default. Pain alone does not create wisdom. Meaning begins to emerge when we stop resisting the lesson and start listening to what the experience is asking of us. You might reflect here. What has life been asking me to learn, not fix? Not overcome, not get rid of, but learn. Reflect on the growth opportunity this challenge is providing you in response to your personal intentions. There is a profound difference between pain, meaning, and wisdom. Pain is the raw sensation of being human. Meaning is the story we make from it. Wisdom is what remains when the story softens and the heart opens. Wisdom often arrives gently, disguised in humility. The energy usually emerges from within and radiates outward. A deep knowing of yes. I'm sure you felt this before at some point in your life, where you knew in your heart, your gut, your whole being that the choice was 100% right for you. Take a moment to remember how that felt in your body, because when you know the signals to look for, you create a guidepost to identify your deepest and truest wisdom. One of the most surprising truths I've witnessed in my healing career is that life trains us for love through difficulty, not ease. We're not talking the love as romance or approval, but love as capacity, the ability to stay present when things are uncomfortable, the ability to keep your heart open even in the face of heartbreak or betrayal, the ability to belong to life even when it doesn't look the way we've hoped. Challenges refine the heart. They soften rigidity. They teach us discernment, boundaries, and reverence for what truly matters. Often, the very experiences we once resented become the places where our deepest empathy is born. Think of a time in your life when something didn't go as planned, but changed you for the better. Perhaps an illness slowed you down enough to feel your body again. Perhaps a relationship ending taught you self-respect. Perhaps a professional failure redirected you towards work that felt more aligned. These are not sabotage. These are detours to your highest good. You might pause now and ask yourself, how has life trained me for love, even when it felt unkind at the time? This helps us move from survival to sacred. Survival consciousness asks, how do I get through this? Sacred consciousness asks, who am I becoming through this? Most of us begin in survival. It's not a flaw, it's biological wisdom. But there is a moment when the soul invites us to move beyond mere coping and into participation with life's intelligence. This is where the sacred enters, not as something lofty or mystical, but as a quiet shift in orientation. Instead of fighting reality, we begin to dialogue with it. Instead of asking why something happened, we ask, what is it shaping? A simple everyday practice here is to change the question you ask during difficulty. Ask yourself, what is this training me to hold, to embody, or to let go of? This is where the power of positivity matures into something deeper. At its highest expression, positivity is not denial, it is a resonance. It is an orientation towards life that listens rather than insists. It does not bypass pain, but it does not become consumed by it either. Mature positivity understands that staying open is more powerful than staying upbeat, that presence is more transformative than affirmation, that trust is not forced, it is earned through lived experience. This is not about pretending everything's fine. It is about staying in relationship with life, even when everything seems to be falling apart. I'll now take you through a guided meditation to listen for the wisdom within. Take a moment to take a few deep breaths. Notice your breath without changing it. just feeling the natural rhythm of inhale and exhale. There is nothing you need to fix in this moment, nothing you need to understand. Allow yourself to be here. Bring your mind to a challenge that is present in your life. You are not here to analyze it. You're not here to solve it. Simply allow the experience to be acknowledged. You might name it quietly, simply in neutral language. Notice how it feels to name the experience without dramatizing it, just to allow it to exist. Let your breath stay steady as you do. Now, gently release the familiar questions, the why me's, the how do I fix, the what is wrong, and instead offer this question inwardly. What is life training me to embody through this? Let the question rest in your awareness like a soft bell, allowing whatever wants to respond to do so in its own time. Bring your attention to your body. Notice where this challenge lives. In the chest, belly, throat. As you rest your attention there, ask gently, what quality is being asked of me here? What are you being invited to become? Let the body speak in sensations, images, or feelings. Trust that the body knows. Now, quietly complete this sentence in your own inner voice. This experience is training me to... Allow the words to arise slowly. Let yourself feel the truth of what is being shaped for your capacity, your love, presence, and integrity. Breathe this in and let it settle. Now ask yourself one final question. What is one small way I can honor this lesson today? Just one gentle, embodied action. Resting without guilt. Speaking one honest sentence. Choosing kindness towards yourself. Pausing before reacting. Let the answer be simple. Let it feel doable. Now take a slow, full breath, and as you exhale, remember, life does not test you to see if you are worthy. Life teaches you because you are capable. Nothing in your journey is random. Nothing you have lived has been wasted. And when you stop resisting the lesson, what once felt like a struggle will reveal itself as wisdom. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to this present moment and wiggle your fingers and toes. Carry this knowing with you that life isn't testing you, it's teaching you, and you are already learning. Thank you for listening today. It was an honor to hold space for you. If you'd like to go deeper with your positivity journey and see what's stopping you, you can find out more about my one-to-one sessions on my website, www.consciousness-medicine.com, where you can also find free webinars, on-demand courses, and links to social media from the homepage.